you. Okay, so today we are going to be working on our multiples of 2. How many of you feel pretty good about counting by 2s, even numbers? Show me. Jensen, you know how to count by 2s? Katie, can you count by 2s?
I can't find
Yeah,
my map.
counting by 2s, third graders, is a skill that you've probably been doing for a very long time. I've done whole body listening already. So
I don't know what the extra talking is about, but right now the only person talking is Mrs. Auburn.
Thank you, Mrs. Harrison. I think it'll be really hard to learn if we can't concentrate. So thank you for the whole body listening reminder. So today we are going to be using our multiples of 2, and I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised because it is similar to 5s in the fact that we have been counting by 2 since kindergarten. And it's really not that much more difficult than that. So let's look at our learning target for today is identify patterns in 2's count bys and multiplications and relate multiplication and division. Now we've been doing that with our 5s. This is almost the same lesson as we did on the first day of our in-person learning. We need to be able to solve real world math problems that involve multiplying and dividing by 2's. We want you to be able to circle groups of 2 on your math board. That's why we have our math boards today. We're going to be writing multiplication equations to represent equal groups. We're going to write addition equations to match the multiplication since we know multiplication is repeated addition. We're also going to do some division problems. Identify patterns in the 2's count bys, and we're going to practice multiplying 2's using our fingers as tools. So before we start, I would like to, and let's go to our multiplication table. I want to practice our 5s because, and I'm going to ask for whole body listening, meaning that we are not, darn, I was hoping I got lucky. We are not drawing on our boards. Our lids are on our boards, right? Because the lids are on your markers. Thank you for reminding me that you can't do that. Let's get the smart ink going. Okay, now I can go back. We are going to practice our 5s, and then I'll give you a chance to write on your board, I promise. But say these with me. Here we go. Ready? We're looking at this vertical column. Let's do these first. Say the equation with me, everybody. 1 times 5 equals 5. 2 times 5 equals 10. 3 times 5 equals 15. 4 times 5 equals 20. 5 times 5 equals 25. 6 times 5 equals 30. 7 times 5 equals 35. 8 times 5 equals 40. 9 times 5 equals 45. 10 times 5 equals 50. Now look, remember we talked about commutative property yesterday. When I circle this horizontal group of 5's, count bys, and multiplication, we're just switching the factors. Here we have 1 times 5. Now we're going to put the count by first. 5 times 1. So we'd have 5 groups of 1. But guess what? It still equals what? 5. That's called commutative property. It doesn't matter the order of the factors. You still are going to get the same product. Okay, so let's say these together. 5 times 1 equals 5. 5 times 2 equals 10. 5 times 3 equals 15. 5 times 4 equals 20. 5 times 5 equals 25. 5 times 6 equals 30. 5 times 7 equals 35. 5 times 8 equals 40. 5 times 9 equals 45. And 5 times 10 equals 50. So we switched those products around. I want you to show me on your board, I want you to write the equation, 7 times 5. 7 times 5. And then put 7 fingers up if you need to, and write the product.
And the friends at home.
Hold up the board when you're done. 7 times 5. What does it equal? Figure it out and hold it up. And use those fingers, 7 fingers, count by 5s. I see Maddie's got it. Thank you, Elena, Sunny, Max, Haley. How are we doing at home? Reese got it. Good job, Reese. Looking good.
Leo.
Evie's got it. Ellie's got it. Finn has it. Do you not have them? You want that one from there? And you can throw that one away. Clara, good job. Robert's got it. All right. Let's try. So microphone answer. 7 times 5 equals?
35.
Let me double check. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. These are a tool. Use them. Okay, and then guess what? You won't need them anymore. You'll have these memorized. Let's try one more. Let's do an easy one. 4 times 5. Write it down. Hold it up when you have the product. Your factors are 4 and 5. You're multiplying 4 groups of 5. Looking good, Max. I see you understand it. Cooper's looking good. So is Gabe.
Robert.
Woohoo, Maddie. Robert, way to go. 4 times 5.
Leo.
Leo, thank you.
Reese.
Very good. Eleanor, Ellie's got it. Lucas has it. Evie's got it. Sunny's got it. Suriname has it. Thank you, Katie. Jensen, Reese. Awesome. Let's say 4 times 5 equals 20. Let's double check. 5, 10, 15, 20. So I am hoping at home and here, you guys are starting to practice these facts. We wrote that in our planner the other day. I haven't given you a tool to practice with yet. It will be coming. But can you practice your facts without it? What could you do at home to practice your 5s? What could you do, Evie? Just count, right? Use your fingers. What else could you do, Max? I love it. So Max is having his dad quiz them out loud, and he's answering them like, hey, Max, what's 8 times 5? Or whatever. You can even write them on paper 3 times each if you wanted. Okay. So that is a review. We'll do our 5s till we start our time tests, which we'll do later. But right now, we're going to look at 2s. So what things come in 2s? Write it in the chat box at home. You can write it on your board and hold it up. I want you to write it on your board and hold it up. What things come in 2s? Or think of it like this, pairs. Don't give up yet, persevere. You have an idea, you just don't know you have it yet. I'll give you a little hint. Oh, these are my favorite. Ooh, ooh la la. Write what you think. Come in 2s. Too bad I'm wearing a skirt, but 2s. Giving you all kinds of hints. What things come in 2s? All right, what do you think, Evie? Earrings come in 2s. I heard shoes come in 2s. A pair. What else, Ellie? Eyes. We have 2 eyes. What else, Marin? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Shh. Go ahead.
What?
Never see exterminate the person.
So she said in Mr. Chambers' class today in PE, he had these special balls that come in a container of 2. So that would be something that comes in 2s. Yes, Mrs. Harrison.
Ben says arm.
Arms, we have 2 arms. Ben, you're right.
And Gavin and Heather both have their hands up.
Henry, can you unmute and tell us what you're thinking, and then we'll hear from Gavin?
Twin.
What was it? Wings?
Twins.
Twins. Twins, yes, you're right. Comes in 2. So do wings. All right, thank you, Henry. Let's hear from Gavin.
Headphones.
Yeah, you have 2 sets or 1 pair of headphones, but it has 2, what do you call those? Foam circles for your ears. Excellent. Sunny. Oh, your mask has 2 pieces of elastic. And Serene? One more time?
When?
Socks, pair of socks, yes. Legs, excellent. Okay, so I think we get it. Here are some other things, and I think you said most of these. Ears, shoes, eyes, feet, earrings, all come in 2s. So here's what we're gonna do. If you can hear my voice, say 2s. Get your marker ready, get your board ready. We are gonna make groups of 2. Here we go. We're gonna start down on the bottom left. I want you to circle 1, oops, and I'm gonna align my board. I want you to circle 2 squares on your math board. That's gonna be our first group of 2, our first count 5. So here's 2, and that is going to be written up here. It's our first product. 2 equals 1 times 2, because I have 1 group of 2, so that's my first factor. Abby, can you see? Make sure your board matches mine. If I'm writing in the upper left-hand corner, you should be writing in the upper left-hand corner. Don't make it too large. You know we're going to go to, all 10 of these, right? 10 groups of 2. If you can't see, I want you to come sit right here. And actually, bring all your stuff, come sit right there. Okay, now we're going to circle another group of 2. What comes after my second group? Now I have 2 groups. What do you got? If I count them, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I've got 4 equals 2 groups of 2. So if I have 2 groups of 2, which I'm showing you on my board, that's going to equal 4. It's the same thing as saying 2 plus 2. All right, any predictions on what our next product will be? What do you think, Lucas? I've got 2, I've got 4. What do you think is going to be next? Let's see if he's right. Count 2 more squares, circle them. You should have gotten, now we have 6 equals 3 groups of 2, or 6 equals 3 times 2. So I'm going to try to do this. You can make sure you're writing small today. We're going to be doing some addition and division as well.
Henry's right on track.
Good job, Henry.
Remind the people at home I should see them writing and
Make sure you're writing on your boards and you're holding up your boards when you're done for Mrs. Harrison. Jensen, if you could do that, we'd appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, one more group. Let's do it. Now we should have microphone answer. 8 equals 4 groups of 2. Do you see a pattern? If you think you can go ahead, go ahead. How many of you think you could go ahead and just keep going? All right. If you want to go ahead at home, I want you to stop at 20. I'm going to keep going. 2 more would give me, now I see 10. Now I have 5 groups of 2. I'm going to circle another group. Now I'm at 12. I have 6 groups of 2. I'm going to circle another group. That makes 14. 7 groups of 2. I'm going to circle another group of 2. That makes 16, which equals 8 times 2. Another group. 9 groups of 2, and then I am done. I'm going to come around and see if I can help. Some of you went ahead. That's great. Counting by 2. All right, my friends at home. Friends at home, you're writing the equations as well. Are they not writing them? Oh, it's so hard. Drawing circles. I need the equations as well. Okay, guys at home, make sure you write these equations. That was part of our success criteria, was to write the equation to match the picture. The picture is your circles of squares.
Haley, here's your EL book. They had me pick this up for all the remote students. Okay?
Mommy, I don't want to get shocked tonight.
Okay. So now you can do it in here instead of on there, and it'll be so much easier in here. Okay? I'll put it in here. What?
They're taking forever on down for like 7 minutes. And they're not even doing 1 page.
Yeah.
Mommy.
If you are finished with all your equations, would you hold your board up so I know? Then I know who needs a little help. Okay, so it looks like everybody down here is good. Abby, you need a little more. Okay, let's see at home. Haley's looking good. Henry, Gavin, you need a little more time. Good job, Ben. Katie, looking good. Reese, I'm proud of you guys. You're working really hard today. How you doing, Astria? Where's your math board, honey? Okay, you need to have your math board. If you don't have it for some reason, make sure you get some paper, your math spiral. Get a piece of paper to do your work on, okay? Can you go do that real quick? Okay, go get what you need.
Robert?
Did you see Astria doing any of it already?
She was showing me, yes.
Oh, she does have it. Oh, okay, I was confused. She had a book. She was showing me a book.
Are you doing Think Central today?
I just don't know where her math board is.
Well, I haven't, yeah.
She had, I don't think she has it. Can you hold it up, Astria? Do you have it? I'm confused.
Are we doing Central today?
Yeah, she's got a book.
I would love to see Claire.
Clara, we need to see your work, honey. Yeah, we've got some kids not doing their work. I think some of them are doing it. Yeah. Can you tell me what's going on, sweetie? Go ahead, Astria.
I forgot to get my math board, so I just tried doing it on paper.
Yeah, she was showing him too.
That's okay then. That's all I needed to know. Thank you. Okay, I didn't see the paper. I saw a book, so I was confused. Okay, so our learning target is to practice these multiples of twos, but we also said our success criteria, Sawyer, was to show the relationship between multiplication and division. Who can remind me what multiplication actually is? What is it, Cooper? Oh my gosh, I would do a cartwheel if I wasn't wearing a skirt and there weren't children everywhere. Yes, yay. Cooper said it's repeated addition. So what we are going to do now is show that. So keep your boards the way they are. So 2 equals 1 times 2. That's really only 1, 2, right? For 4 equals 2 times 2, that's 2 plus 2 because you have your group size, your first factor, is telling you the number of 2's in your group. This is our product, the answer. This is our other factor. But that tells us how many 2's we're adding in that repeated addition. So for 6 equals 3 times 2, how many 2's should I have? Yes. 3. 2 plus 2 plus 2. You should be writing this with me. If you think you understand it, you can go faster than me. If you understand it. Henrik, if I know 8 equals 4 times 2, what would I write for the addition problem? Excellent. 4 groups of 2. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. I need to have 4 of those. Okay, now let's look at the next one. If I have 5 times 2 is 10, or 10 equals 5 times 2, Gabe, how many 2's would I add together? 5. 2 plus 2 plus 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 2 plus 2. Sawyer, if I know 12 equals 6 times 2, how many 2's would that be? You are writing these. Do you have those written? Haley, can I see yours? If you need to move up here to see, come on over, but you need to have these written. So you don't. So come up here, please. 6, good job. So if 12 equals 6 times 2, we need to add 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6 2's. Looking at 14 equals 7, you have to have these written. This is not a choice. You're going to do it. Nice. Yes, sir, Renee? No, you don't have to go as fast as me. You just got to do your work, okay? You don't have to be right where I am, but it's right here for you to look at, right, sir, Renee? Yeah. Okay. 14 equals 7 times 2. How many 2's am I adding together, Lila? If I know 14 equals 7 groups of 2, how many 2's do I add together? Excellent, Jay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I know 16 equals 8 times 2. Go ahead, Ellie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna run out of room. If 18 equals 9 times 2, Lucas, how many 2's would I add together to show that repeated addition is the same as multiplication? 9 2's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And last but not least, Henrik, if I have 20 equals 10 times 2, that's the same as saying what in addition? Yeah, repeat it 10 times. So I've got to add that 2 10 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, that shows you how it grows, right? But it is repeated. Angelique, you did a fabulous job. Looking good.
You remind them to show me when they're done?
Yes, don't forget the plus signs, okay?
Oh, Clara did a great
You need
job.
to have all the, what happened to you? Oh, man.
Clara's doing a great job. And
Don't erase. Guys, please don't erase because the next part of our lesson, you're going to need all of these multiplication facts. I'd rather you work on that than the addition. Charlie, you have to have the multiplication, okay? All right, I heard a lot of you are doing a great job. Clara.
And then.
Ben, good job, Ben.
Haley. Oh, Haley, a little closer.
Haley, little closer.
Yeah, can't quite see it, huh?
Can't see it. You're muted. I know, I just say what you say. Parrot. I'm a parrot.
Yes.
Okay. Keep your board near you, but get out your math spiral and a pencil. And I will explain why. I brought the sheet over here. No, it's gone, of course. We are going to see, I want you to tell me what patterns do you see? And I just want to remind you of some of the patterns you saw last time. And let me grab that sheet. I have it in my hand. Open up your math spiral, start writing down the patterns that you noticed. And I would like to encourage you to use our new vocabulary, products and count bys. I'm going to share my, I don't want to erase this, so it's going to look a little weird. Let's see if it'll let me do this. Yeah, it will. Yay. Okay, so this is what we came up with when we talked about our fives. The products count by fives. Lucas told us that. He said, then we heard from SP. Who's SP? Sunny Poe, yeah. The first factor is the group size and counts by one. Sunny Poe said that about the fives patterns. Then we heard that the second factor is always 5. We heard that from Madison. Then we heard the digit in the ones place is always a 0 or 5. That was from Suriname. And then we heard that the digit in the tens place counts by ones but doubles it. And that was from Paxton. So that's what I'm talking about. What patterns do you see in our count bys? Write down what you see.
They can write it in the chat too. I don't know if I'll be able to read it.
Okay, anybody in the chat?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, how about Suriname? What patterns do you notice? Okay, so remember we went through this before with your cursive? And I asked you clean out your desk till you find it. I want you to do the same thing, okay? Persevere. I'm not gonna find it for you. You'll find it. Anybody see a pattern? Yes, Maddie. Okay, so Maddie's looking at the first, what do we call this? The number you multiply by is called a So she says the first factor counts by ones, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm gonna write the first factor counts by ones, and that's from Madison.
And Robert also put that in the chat.
Robert also gets credit for that. Good job, Robert. The first factor counts by ones. All right, let's look at it again. Another pattern, Paxton. And what's the name of the answer to a multiplication problem? It starts with a P. Your product counts by twos. I'm going to write that one down. The products, and there's more than one, the products count by twos, and that's Paxton.
And also Jensen.
Jensen, you get credit for that as well. Angelique has one. Angelique, what did you notice? There's a sharpener right there. Anybody else see a pattern? Something that you notice? Sunny.
I noticed that it's just
Okay, I'm going to need you to repeat that a little louder.
when two more comes, it counts the two count of one.
In the products, it counts by twos. Yes, you are right. What do you notice about the second factor? Anyone notice anything? Ellie? This is the second factor. What do you notice? It's always 2 because it's our count by. It's the number we're counting by. So the second factor and Finn, you had one too, right? Did you have a pattern? You were thinking what? Oh, okay. All right. Anybody else? Abby? Sure. Anybody else have a pattern they see? Nobody at home?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of counting by twos. It also stays two. The end has twos. I think that second factor, that was Ben. But you already had that one.
Okay, here's what I want you guys to look at. I want you to look at, sorry, here, look at the products closely. Think of the ones place. What do you notice in the ones place in the products? Lucas, what do you see? Okay, let's say them with each other. Ready? 2, 4, 6, 8. There's a 0. 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. Do you see a pattern? A pattern is something that repeats. What did you notice in that? What did you notice, Erne? Yeah. So a pattern that repeats in the ones place of the product. So the ones place, the digit in the ones place, I should say. Let me put a little caret there. The digit in the ones place has a pattern of 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. I see Henry has raised his hand. Henry, do you want to unmute?
It will have a 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0 at the end of it.
Excellent. You are right. I'm going to put your initials here for that. HM, thank you.
Technically, there's a 0 above that.
Right, there would be a 0 here, wouldn't it? So we could just, what do you think would keep coming? It would keep going, right?
We only started with 1, but technically there could be a
There's 0 times 2 would be 0. We haven't taught you that yet, but we will. Okay, good job, guys, identifying patterns. Here's your very specific directions. Be careful that you don't mess this up because you need your multiplication. Keep your multiplication. Do not erase that. Here's what you can erase. Don't erase this, just erase the addition side. Okay? Go ahead and erase the addition side. Now, I told you we were going to look at division today because we've been introduced to it. Does anyone remember that multiplication is the blank of division? Do you remember that word? The what? Say it if you know it.
opposite.
Excellent. Or inverse. The inverse operation. That means it's the opposite. So we are now going to show how multiplication and division are related. They undo each other and they have some similarities. So here we go. If we know, and we'll do this together because it's our first time, you'll get really good at this. If we know 2 equals 1 times 2, then we know 2 divided by 2 equals 1. Go ahead and write that next to this equation. Get your marker again. It's time. Now we're at that other success criteria, right? When we said that we were going to relate division to multiplication. Now while you guys are writing that, I'm going to write the names of these numbers. This is our dividend. Dividend, the big number. But we also know that divisor is pretty bossy. It likes to divide right in there. And then the answer is the quotient. Ah! No. Woo! Shoot. Quotient. Okay. If we notice the same numbers in this multiplication equation, we have a 2, a 1, and a 2. Look, we have a 2, a 1, and a 2. You're going to use the same numbers from your multiplication equation in your division equation. All right, if we know 4 equals 2 times 2, we know 4 divided by 2 equals 2. Go ahead and write that. Yes.
Do you have the division? August, sorry.
Now write this down.
Top of your head. She's doing division. Sorry, August, I just looked at the top of your head. I did not look at the child.
Looking good down here. How you doing over there? You guys seeing it? You'll see a pattern. This is the first time we've done it, but I think it'll make you feel better about the relationship between multiplication and division. Okay, so now we know 6 equals 3 times 2. 6 divided by 2 equals, microphone answer? 3. Excellent. If we know 8 equals 4 times 2, that's the same as saying 8 divided by 2 equals 4. I'm going to give you a minute to catch up, but hopefully you're seeing more patterns. This is a good time to practice those division symbols. So the big number is always going to go first. So what else do you love? Well, get what you need. 10 divided by 2 equals. Okay, go now and then hustle back, okay? All right, if 10 equals 5 times 2, 10 divided by 2 must equal 5. Who thinks they can do the next one? Yay, we got a couple hands. Anyone seeing it? I think by the time we're done with all of them, they've really got it.
Reese got her hand up.
Reese, do you want to tell us? Can you unmute and tell us what the next one would be for 12 equals 6 times 2?
I lost her. I think she's figuring it out.
All right, someone in the house. Yeah, go ahead, Marin. 12 divided by 2 equals 6. If 14 equals 7 times 2, what are we going to do next? Just remember, guys, look at the pattern here. What number is going to go first? The biggest, the smallest? Which one?
The big end.
So out of these 3 numbers, you're always going to pick that product to go first as your dividend. It's the bigger one. Renee. You had your hand up. I called on you. You had a question?
That's the last question.
The last.
The other answer.
Oh. Okay, so the next one's 14 equals 7 times 2. Lucas, what would that be? Excellent. Abby, what's the next one? Do you have it on your board? So Abby, bring your things and come right up here. Yeah, go ahead.
16 divided by 2 equals 8.
Excellent. Oh, Sawyer, what's next? Not till you tell me the next one.
Okay, the next one, I guess, 18 divided by 2. And Gavin does the next one.
Gavin, unmute. Tell us the next one.
Go for it, Gavin.
22 divided by 2.
What is it equal, Gavin?
9.
Look over here. If we know 20 equals 10 times 2, 20 divided by 2 equals
10.
bingo. Good job. All right, now look and see, what patterns do you see? We're just going to talk about them. What patterns do you see, Elena? Okay, so the divisor, what she noticed is the divisor is always 2. That's our count by. What did you notice, Charlie Carr?
I'm searching for anything add an entity. Creating an entity pieces for Windows.
Is it dividend or quotient? Quotient is always counting, just adding one, right? And counting order by 1. Excellent. So Josh, what else did you notice? Awesome. The dividend counts by 2s. So let's look at this. The dividend is actually the, oh, there I did it. The product, isn't it? The quotient is actually the first factor. And the divisor is the second factor. Awesome, guys. So that is that relationship we talked about. The inverse. You guys became the numbers yesterday. You switched them around. Well done. You may erase your boards.
So I have had some things. One of our clients.
The whole board.
Tried something.
It's very liberating. I know.
This reason is yours, but
All right.
so
Always use a eraser. Because your hand has oils on it, and it makes it harder to erase later.
Okay, get out your math workbook and your pencil. I believe, I'm not exactly sure what page this is, but I will tell you, I usually write it.
it could be something like, I've noticed
Math
that
workbook
where
to be,
there's like a connecting table. So it might not be entity, but maybe it's something else.
it is,
Where those
a
tables
28.
fit in, it used to allow you just because you were in.
And if you're at home, make sure you're muted. I hear some background noise.
Because they kind of tightened up,
Maybe
well a little bit.
just
Uh,
page 28. So, anybody remember even and odd numbers?
Yeah.
If something is even, it can be broken into 2 equal groups, right? If it is odd, it cannot be broken into equal groups. For example, I forgot to grab these. It is on the board, page 28. Okay, and I'm going to show you guys this. If I have 3 cubes, I could give Haley 2 of them and Lila or Astria 1. That's not fair. That's an odd number, right? But if I only had 2 cubes, I could give Haley one and Astria one. That would be even or fair. Even numbers are fair shares. Some of our numbers are not fair because they can't be broken into two equal groups. So for example, the number 5. If you think 5 is even, give me a thumbs up. If you think it's odd, give me a thumbs down. So again, if I wanted to give, 5, I have 6 here. Here's 5. If I tried to break these into two equal groups, I would give maybe 3 to August and 2 to Angelique. Angelique's not going to be happy. It's not fair. It's an odd number. 5 cannot be broken into equally. But if I have 4, I could give August 2 and Angelique 2, and it's a fair deal. They're even numbers. So if you did not know this, I think you did, but just to remind you, when you count by 2s, what are you really counting by? Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. What are we counting by? Yeah. What is it? We're counting by 2s, but they're what kind of numbers? We're counting by even numbers. They're all even. They're fair. Odd numbers are the numbers we're skipping. We're skipping the 1 that we can't share. We're skipping the 3 that can't be shared equally. We're skipping the 5 that can't be shared equally, right? All those numbers are even. So let's look at these numbers. 7, write in the chat. Is that even or odd? Or write it in your workbook and hold it up. Mrs. Harrison, anybody know if 7 is an odd or even number? And if you're not sure, count by your 2s. Who do you have? Jensen says odd. Jensen, you are right. It is odd. Can you unmute and explain why you think so?
Because if you take 3 away from 7, it makes 4, and it's not equal.
Excellent. Someone's going to get 4, someone's going to get 3, and someone's going to be mad. So it's odd. Okay, number 2, the number is 4. Lyric, is 4 odd or even? Even. How do you know? Because 2 plus 2 equals 4. You can break it into 2. Oh, here's a tricky one, 20. Charlie Carr, what do you think? Odd or even, 20? Correct. How do you know? Excellent. You have 2 groups of 10. Somebody at home, 15, odd or even, let me know. If you can unmute. Anyone? Okay, Max. Odd. Why is number 15? Why is the number 15 odd?
If you subtract 8 from 15, you'll get 7.
So you have 8 and 7. You don't have 2 equal groups. Think back to 2nd grade when you learned your doubles facts, right? 8 plus 8 equals what? 15. Not 15. 7 plus 7 equals 14. Not 15. Right? So it's odd. All right, we're going to do a couple problems quickly and then have a song for you and you'll be good to go. Let's look at this, I think. Actually, there's probably more, but we will not do Think Central today, online kids. We'll do it tomorrow, not today. So don't do that when you're done. You don't have to. All right, at the art fair, Tamika sold 9 pairs of earrings. In your math book, I want you to draw 9 circles. And we know pairs means what? Microphone answer. What does pairs mean? 2. Put 2 dots in each circle. We want to know how many individual earrings she sold. Okay, so I'm gonna do it up here. You guys do it on your board, on your math book. We're gonna have 9 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna use the circles and dots because we know she had 9 pairs of earrings. We wanna know how many individuals. There are my 9 pairs, but each pair is actually 2. See if you can come up with a multiplication equation to show how many earrings she sold individually. Good job over here, Josh. Looking good. You count your dots too. Oh, so you could draw the dots, or you can just count them. So your challenge is to write the multiplication equation to go with that picture. So what's the equation? How many circles do you have? You are on it. Mr. Thompson's got it. Can you tell us what you did? Henrik, what did you write? 9 times 2, because he knows he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pairs, and there's 2 in each. What did you get for the answer? He says it's 18. Let's check. 9 fingers up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Was he right? All right, last one on this one. Rhonda divided 8 crayons equally between her twin brothers. How many crayons did each boy get? She has 8. Let's do an equal shares drawing. She has twin brothers. Oh, let's not do that. Let's divide them up. It says divided. We know we have 8. We're going to divide them by 2. Because twins means what? 2. So if I have 2 brothers, here they are. We'll call them Sammy and Tommy. Divide your 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See if you can figure out the answer. How many did they each get? I'm just doing that quick because we have to do it quick. Show me on your fingers. How many did they each get? Good job, Haley. Astria's got it. Okay. The answer would be 4. And we know 4 times 2 is 8. So does that make sense? Is that reasonable? Yeah. If she divided her crayons between her 2 brothers and they each got 4, yeah, because 4 plus 4 is 8. And they told us we were dividing. All right, let's listen to a quick song and then, like I said, remote learners, you do not want to do the Think Central today. We're going to save that for mañana, tomorrow.
And I wrote that in the chat as well.
Thank you. All right, let's see what I got next. This lesson could go on forever.
Click exit, probably.
How?
Exit all the way to the right.
It's this box that I need to delete. There we go. Okay. We're not going to do that. I love how they make me teach pictographs. You know what I mean? Like it's not enough. That's a lot.
We just had the most amazing family vacation.
All right. Let's skip these ads. Here we go. Thank you.
Rocket learn. I've been working really hard, working almost every day, trying to learn these math I couldn't seem to find a way. Then I heard some music with the funky beat so strong. Now I know that anytime, you know I'm never wrong. 2 times 1 is 2.
You guys can say it.
2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. 6 is 12.
When I want them to talk.
2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 9 is 18. 2 times 10 is 20. 2 times 11 is 22.
What you do? Everybody dancing for this life. You may find it strange that I'm having all this fun. But it is easy and I am number 1. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 9 is 18. 2 times 10 is 20. 2 times 11 is 22. 2 times 12 is 24. Yo, it doesn't matter what you do. Everybody dances on this line too.
Okay, thank you for being here. You guys don't have any more math to do today. You are free at home. I will see you tomorrow. Great job today. Hold on 1 second, honey. I will. Bye, everybody.